Hi friends, today I want to talk to you about a book which is, supposedly one of the greatest books written by an Indian author. A book that won the Booker of Booker, that means the best book in 25 years. It's called Salman Rushdie's Midnight Children. I know a lot of you associate Salman Rushdie with another book, a book that was banned. And that's why everybody asks me, have you read that book? But friends, this is the book that won the Booker. This is what made Salman Rushdie Salman Rushdie. Now, I read this book and it's very special to my heart. And the reason is, this is the first big literary book that I read. I read it when I was 18 years old. I bought this because I just wanted to know was the big fuss about Salman Rushdie. And as I started reading it, I had to buy a dictionary too, because every page would have words unheard of, and that was very exhilarating. I thought I was increasing my vocabulary, I was being very modern, and I like to show off. So I said, I'm reading Salman Rushdie. When my friends would say, do you have a good book to read? Yeah, I have Salman Rushdie. Do you want to read? But what I want to point out is this. It's been 22 years since I read the book, and it remains imprinted in my mind. The incidents, the story, the plot, everything. When I wanted to start talking about this book, I was not sure how to go about it. I do not want to give your accolades to it. It's one of the most interesting reads you can read. But I have to get down to the fact that's one of the bizarrest books I've ever read. Okay. You read the book and then a character comes along. So you think that's the main character. And then he has a son. So you say, oh, it's a son story. Okay, the son is the hero. And then the son has a son. It is after 200 pages of the book that the protagonist is born and comes into the story. You see, Salim Sinai comes to birth around page 200, and I remember this detail since last 22 years. I mean, it has stories like there is this lady who has a crush on a doctor, and she wants him to touch her, and so you see there's a mechanism worked out in a conservative society where there is a sheet with a torn push circle in it, and the doctor puts his hand through it and he can touch the part which he says has a problem, and this way she makes him touch almost every part of her body. Okay, the protagonist once is in the washroom and he sees his mother undress, and he has fascinations. There's a part where he climbs on a ladder and proposes to his own real sister, as I recall, because he loves her. When I flipped through it this time, I did not go through some of these, what do you call, at that time I found them very gross or very exciting stories. Okay, but the all of this is woven into another larger story. Why is this book called The Midnight Children? Is this? So the aspect is this. This Salim Sinai is born on 15th August 1947 at 12 o'clock in midnight. And all some 500 odd kids that are born in the duration between 12 a.m. to 1 a.m., that is when India was being liberated, are given special powers, magical powers. by the Lord to help this new country get on its feet. So this is the first magic realism book that I really read, and you know, it was not like a Harry Potter that, oh, it is fantasy, and I'm sorry, there was no Harry Potter that time. So I could not fathom for the love of myself, is this delving into a fantasy land like an Alice in Wonderland, or is this a serious story? But very later I understood that that is what Rushdie is for the uninitiated. There is magic realism, that's what I understand the word is called, and then there are subtler meanings to it, subtler, and you can interpret them as you want to. So these 500 odd kids are brought together by the Salim Sinai, who has the greatest power of them all, that is telepathy and talking to people, okay, I mean reading their thoughts, etc. In this story are woven political characters, and unbelievably, I mean the story has Indira Gandhi and her family, and I would assume a book like this would be hugely controversial today. I was amazed at the audacity of Salman Rushdie. I mean, the way he has, taken historical characters and I mean real life characters at that time and written a book about it. Okay, and it somehow spans all of these countries of the subcontinent, and in some manner, in some weird manner, he is trying to sell a message. The only problem is you just do not get the message beyond the bizarreness. Okay, and I do not want to act intelligent and say, ah, you got it. Okay, I mean, you see, having said that, what I want to do say is, Rushdie paints a book. I know I'm using the word paints because every line that he writes is like poetry. It's like it has meanings, and it's beautifully written. And it's like this. If he has, he doesn't need to touch the nose like this. He has to have a very artistic manner of doing it like this. So that's the beauty of Rushdie. Every line, every page gives you like this aroma of spices and flavors. Okay. If you look at the micro part of it, every paragraph will bring you a smile to your face. There will be something very interestingly written, very humorously written, humor is omnipresent. Okay, Rushdie doesn't take himself seriously. All the incidents, every bit of it is laced with humor. It is very, very excitingly interesting. But when you, as a traditionalist, sit back and say, what kind of a story is this? Or is there a message in this book? Or is it something that I've learned from this book? That doesn't happen. I read many other Rushdie books, okay, Shalimar, The Crown, etc., etc. I found the same thing in others too. Salman Rushdie's books create characters and bizarre storylines that remain in your head. But at the end of the day, like this beautiful thali that you eat, which is full of flavors, but it really doesn't give you any specific utility, probably, if you know what I mean. I mean, he is there. The book is there for those who enjoy plays with the English language. If you thought that, playing with language is an art and a book can be an art form, Salman Rushdie is for you. But definitely, most middle class, normal people like us, okay, I'm not talking about people who, fake intelligence in some sort of socialite circles, they would get up and say, what's this all about? What is the fuss all about? But that's That's the kind of book that gets a Booker, right? That's the purpose of the book, is right. I mean, it's given by people who have far more, intelligence supposedly than we lesser mortals have. So that's what it is. Enjoy if you like this kind of book. Definitely, if you want to venture into what do you call book, and a book which is more a flavor of or a tribute to the English language. Let me put it this way. Rushdie is the guy for you.